You're listening to the VA Claims Authority. I'm Gary, Air Force veteran, VA disability claims strategist, and the guy who got denied, fought back, and won. I'm here to make sure the VA doesn't leave you behind. Whether you're filing your first claim or fighting your fifth appeal, this is your briefing. Let's get into it. If your condition looks fine on paper between episodes, the VA will use that against you unless you prove the flare-ups. This applies to migraines, IBS, chronic pain, PTSD episodes, or flare-up depression. Prove the worst days, not just the average ones. In the next 10 minutes, you'll get the exact forms you need. A simple 30-day dated flare-up log format, how to pull VA, ER, and sick call entries that actually move a decision, and one specific thing to file today so your claim looks less like a guess and more like evidence. First, what is the VA actually deciding? It's not just whether you have a diagnosis. The VA is focused on functional loss, how your symptoms limit your work, daily activities, and ability to leave the house during a flare. A diagnosis tells them what you have. Functional loss tells them how bad it gets, and that's what drives ratings. Frequency and duration matter because the regs and exam guidance consider how often you suffer decreased function and for how long each episode lasts. The practical takeaway: tie every piece of evidence to functional loss. A note that says migraine is fine, but a note that says couldn't work for 2 days after onset, required dark room, vomited twice, shows functional loss. The VA guidance on flare-ups expects you to document severity, triggers, frequency, and duration. If you do that, the decision maker can map your evidence to rating criteria. Now the checklist. What to collect, step by step. First, a dated symptom log. Make it daily. Every entry needs a date, start time, duration, severity on a 1 to 10 scale, and a short line on what you couldn't do. Example, the 3rd of May, 2026. Migraine began 03:00. Lasted 8 hours, severity 8/10, missed work and needed dark room, vomited. Keep it honest and specific. Second, medical records. Pool VA clinic notes, ER visits, and sick call entries. Ask the clerk or release of information office for all sick call and ER records for the last 2 years, not just migraine notes. Those entries often record functional measures, inability to perform duties, need for IV meds, or being sent home from work. Those facts matter more than a label. Third, treatment actions that prove severity. Prescription refills moved up, PRN scripts used more often, requests for stronger medication, physical therapy notes. These show the VA you're treating flare-ups, and they're not minor. If you have work restrictions or duty limitations from an appointment, include that paperwork, duty records are powerful evidence of functional loss. Fourth, third-party documentation. Supervisor notes, HR absence records, attendance logs, or accommodation requests show objective impact at work. If you had to take leave without pay or use sick time, get a copy. The VA looks for consistent loss across environments, home, work, and medical settings. How each piece maps to decision points. The dated log provides frequency and duration. VA ER notes provide medical corroboration and objective treatment actions. Prescriptions and duty restrictions show a treatment pattern and functional limits, and employer records show real-world impact. Together they answer the VA's central question: how often are you functionally impaired, and how bad is it when that happens? Next, building credible lay and buddy statements. Use VA Form 21-4138 to submit your own statement and get at least one buddy or spouse statement when possible. Structure matters. Start with a clear identifying sentence. I am, name, I served in, branch, and I am the claimant. Then list episodes with dates, describe exactly what happened, name functional loss, and end with how it affects daily life or work. Example lines. On the 10th of April 2026, I had a migraine that started at 02:00 and lasted 12 hours. I vomited, was sensitive to light and sound, and could not drive or work. My supervisor sent me home. Buddy statements should confirm what you wrote and add new details the buddy observed. The trigger, how the episode looked, how long you were out of commission, and whether you needed help. Brevity and specificity beat long emotional essays. Dates, times, and concrete actions. Called 911, picked them up from work, had to cancel shifts, are the useful parts. When you fill out 21 minus 4,138, label each episode as Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3, and give the date and length. Use active language. I could not get out of bed for X hours. I lost consciousness. I required ER treatment. That phrasing frames the event as functional loss, not just a symptom. C&P exam prep. Tell your examiner about flare-ups up front. Bring your 30-day log and a copy of any ER or sick call notes. Say plainly, between exams, I have flare-ups averaging X times per month that last Y hours and cause Z functional limits. Ask the examiner to note frequency, duration, and loss of function in the exam report, or DBQ. If the examiner seems to focus only on baseline status, insist you need a flare-up aware exam, and that your flare-ups cause measurable loss of work or daily living. If the C&P doesn't address flare-ups, you can request a supplemental opinion or file a clarifying statement with new evidence. But it's easier to prepare and get it on record the first time. Bring documentation, be calm, be specific, and repeat the same numbers from your log. Consistency is credibility. Action step you can do today. Start a 30-day dated flare-up log right now. Use a notebook or smartphone note with date, start time, duration, severity 1 to 10, and what you couldn't do. Next, complete 1 BA form 21 minus 4,138, describing 3 recent episodes with dates and impact. Finally, request your VA and ER sick call records from the last 2 years from release of information. Put the request in writing and keep a copy. If you want templates, a sample 30-day log, and a fill-in 21 minus 4,138 example, head to vaclaimsauthority.com. The link is on the show page. Use those templates to keep your entries consistent. Consistency builds credibility, and credibility wins weight in VA decisions. That's your briefing. Now go execute. If this episode helped you, share it with a veteran who needs to hear it. And if you need help with your claim, whether it's an audit, a rebuttal, or a full strategy session, head to vaclaimsauthority.com. I've got the tools and the experience to help you win. I'll see you next episode. And remember, your service earned this. Don't let paperwork take it from you. The VA won't tell you this. I will.